I saw this video from Unacceptable Fringe the other day, and its title gave me some grave concern. That being, Carney ineligible to become Prime Minister? Question mark. Well, I consider that to be problematic if it's true. I mean, this is huge. It should be a big, big story. It would set this election on its head. So why isn't the media covering this damning allegation? Well, let's have a look.
Good old friend of the channel, friend of mine personally, Theo Fleury, great guy, tweeting out, Carney is ineligible to become Prime Minister with question marks. We're going to focus on what Kooky Canada had to say here. Now, Jasmine Lane did cover this in a video. But again, I'm going to cover it here. A lot of people have been asking my thoughts. Let's go through it. It says, holy shit, Carney is ineligible to sit in Parliament as having served as Chief Economic Advisor and received compensation for this role. It falls under Section 32, making him ineligible. What is Section 32? Well, it says right here, except as specially provided in this division, no person accepting or holding any office, commission, or employment, permanent or temporary, in the service of the government of Canada, at the nomination of the Crown, or at the nomination of any other officers of the government of Canada to which any salary, fee, wages, allowance, emolument, or profit of any kind is attached. So what does that mean? Well, Mark Carney was advising Justin Trudeau prior to being installed as leader of the Liberals. He's not.
So the video referenced three other pundits. Theo Fleury, who referenced a tweet by Kooky Kanuki, and a video by Jasmine Lane. So let's see her take on this.
So I've had a lot of people who have sent me this. It went viral on Facebook, and then it was on a whole bunch of other platforms as well. But it is essentially saying that Mark Carney was paid by the federal government while serving as an advisor, and thus he is ineligible to sit in the House of Commons or run for office under Section 32. Now, yes, this is a very serious allegation.
So back to the question. Why hasn't the mainstream media picked up on this? Let's analyze. The allegation is that Mr. Carney is ineligible to serve as PM by virtue of Section 32 of the Parliament of Canada Act because, according to Kooky Kanuki, Mr. Carney served as Chief Economic Advisor and received compensation for his role. According to Unacceptable Fringe, Mark Carney was advising Justin Trudeau prior to being installed as leader of the Liberals. And according to Ms. Lane, Mark Carney was paid as an advisor. So let's look at those verbs and qualifiers: served, received, was, paid, and prior. Those are all past tense verbs and qualifiers. Now, let's look at Section 32 of the Parliament of Canada Act. Except as specifically provided in this division, no person accepting or holding any office, commission, or employment, permanent or temporary, in the service of the Government of Canada, at the nomination of the Crown, or at the nomination of any of the officers of the Government of Canada, to which any salary, fee, wages, allowance, emolument, or profit of any kind is attached, and no sheriff, register of deeds, clerk of the peace, or county crown attorney in any of the provinces is eligible to be a member of the House and Commons or shall sit or vote therein. So, the verbs accepting and holding are present tense verbs. I know this because of the use of the letters ing at the end of accept and hold. I learned this in elementary school. I know that was a long time ago, but I'm going to assume that this is still the case. So, let's use those elementary school grammar skills for this analysis. Because of the present tense of the use of verbs accept and hold, Section 32 renders a person ineligible to be a member of the House of Commons if they are presently accepting or holding any office, commission, or employment with any of the outlined entities. It does not prohibit anyone who, in the past, has accepted or held any office, commission, or employment with any of the outlined entities. Otherwise, they would have used the past tense of accept and hold and not the present tense, and the section would read like this. But Section 32 looks like this. For the sake of argument, let's say that Mr. Carney did, in the past, receive compensation for his role as an advisor. Let's go as far as to say he was paid handsomely for his service. He is still eligible for sitting as a member of the House of Commons. The purpose of Section 32 of the Parliament of Canada Act is to prevent sitting members of the House of Commons from using their seats to potentially enrich themselves through government offices and contracts. It does not apply to previous enrichment. So that's why the media has ignored this story. They know there is no story because they are professionals that learn the difference between past and present verbs while they were still in elementary school. That's this rodent's take on the application of Section 32 of the Parliament of Canada Act on Mark Carney's eligibility to sit as a member of the House of Commons. This is the Pensive Beaver. I live on Vancouver Island. I have a lot on my mind, and I've just given you a piece of it. Now, it's only fair that you give me a piece of yours. But right now, I'm just going to relax, chew some bark, and enjoy my backyard. Feel free to join me.